Welcome to the Outdoor Test Kitchen Podcast. I'm your host, Seth, along with Tim, and together we'll be discussing all things cooking, camping, and everything in between. We've got an exciting episode in store for you this week, so let's get started.
Welcome back to the OTK podcast.
Yes, welcome indeed. I hope y'all have been enjoying the recipes this week.
Yes, they were a lot of fun.
They were, and today we're going to give you a little sneak peek of
Next week.
Yes, and we've had a lot of fun with these.
They were so good.
If I didn't control myself, I would have probably overeaten and just been worthless.
Yeah, I'm very close.
So they were really good.
Yes, they were.
But did we do anything exciting besides just cook?
This week, well, we got a lot done, like behind the scenes kind of stuff, working on more recipes, kind of planning on the next couple weeks, some website stuff.
The holidays are approaching.
Yep.
So, still got to do some Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
I'll probably wait till Christmas Eve.
And we still got to do the Christmas special.
Oof, yeah, well, okay.
We're not trying to get stressed out here.
Yeah, this was supposed to be the easy.
Yeah. This is the relaxation time. Come
Oh my
on.
goodness.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's just a nice week.
It was very pleasant. Worked on a lot of recipes, like you said, but the ones that were going to come out next week that we shot, they were a lot of fun.
They were a blast. And
they turned out good.
They did. They're simple as well.
Yes, very simple. In fact, and that's kind of what we're trying to do for December and throughout the Thanksgiving. We're trying to find really easy, because I know the holidays are usually pretty hectic.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, you don't have time, or you get overwhelmed because you're having people over and all this and your family, and you're like, and I've got to cook, and with the price of groceries, everything's insane. I mean, it's topsy-turvy, cats and dogs, the whole works.
Yeah. Although actually, we went and got groceries this week from Sprouts.
Yes.
Saved a lot of money.
For what we got, we did. I mean,
and we got organic.
Sprouts, I don't know if y'all know, it's kind of called Sprouts Farmers Market. They have a lot of organic, non-GMO, really good produce, but their business model is really to turn things over.
Yep.
So unlike a lot of other organics, you may walk in, I know there's some other ones I won't say, you can walk in there and their produce looks awful because they're charging $5 for an avocado. No one's going to pay that.
Yeah.
But I like how Sprouts, the prices vary, and you kind of have to keep going because they will drop the prices just to try to move that product.
Push that product out, yeah.
So, because they want everything as fresh as possible, and I think that is amazing.
That's the right way to do it.
And so we were able to get a lot of really good, high-quality ingredients for cheaper than going to the old Walmart.
Yeah.
And getting that kind of garbage.
Yeah,
so
and it wasn't only because of that, though. It was also because, for one of the recipes, we needed almonds. We didn't have to buy a whole pound of almonds.
Yes, and you can bulk buy, but just, get a bag and scoop out. And luckily I can eyeball measurements. I knew I needed a cup and a half of pecans. I needed about a half a cup of the almond slivers. And so I just eyeballed it and boom. Instead of paying for a full bag that you would go to the big box store and get, and it cost me $1 or 50 cents for the almonds, $1 for pecans.
Yeah.
I didn't need to buy a whole bunch, because also I think a problem in our society is we have so much waste. And
it's true.
I hate throwing out food because I feel that it's wasteful, and especially around the world, people would die. I mean, they do die because they don't have food. And so we're very blessed and lucky to have what we have. I think we need to remember that.
Yeah.
Although the prices are getting a little outrageous, but
they are. That's a whole nother thing. But
so founding Sprouts, and we're gonna continue to use them, and I like them. And if they have them in your area, I totally suggest checking them out.
Definitely check them out. Now, when you first go there, you may be like, "Wow, this is way more expensive." But remember, you only have to buy what you need.
Exactly. Just like they had carrots that you could buy by the pound. I'm so tired of being forced to buy a 5-pound bag of carrots when I don't need that many carrots.
The only way you can get a single pound is if you buy the little pack of the little shaved carrots.
Yeah, and those are horrible. So I'm really happy. I wish our big box grocery stores, but of course that's not their business model, but I wish they would go to that. And then I think we would have a lot healthier diets, because that's a thing I think is common to a lot of people. It's like, well, I want to make this, but I don't want to buy this big bag of this and only need one out of it. Then what am I going to do with the rest of it? Yeah. And so I think it deters. So when finding a store like that, I think is awesome.
It is, especially for the people that probably are just like you, who want to try different recipes you find, and you don't want to, like you're saying, buy all of this extra stuff just to make it once.
Yeah, exactly. And so that was a fun thing today for running out stores. And and I know in our recipes we try to keep it not crazy weird ingredients, because that also turns people off on trying to cook. I don't want to have to go to Amazon and order a bottle of this when I need a teaspoon of it.
Yeah, so, personally, I don't want to do that. So why would I make you do it?
Exactly. And so that was fun this week. And the recipes, man, we did all of these, all 4 of these recipes this week, and all of them would feed 4 to 6, some of them 8 people.
Yeah.
And for 100% of everything, less than $100. So 4 meals.
For less than $100 for 4 to 8 people?
Yeah, up to 8 people, especially like some was hors d'oeuvres. And we actually used some of the really higher end. We used real crab. And instead of, if we would have brought it down lower if we didn't use real crab, we used the imitation.
Whoops.
But because we saved on not having to buy useless stuff, we were able to be like, you know what? We'll spend the $17 a pound for some crab.
Yeah.
A pound of crab. So you kind of have to balance it. So I'd say,
come on.
I mean, under $20 per item, although we did one side and that only cost about $4. It's really the crab was
the crab is what pushed it up
the
there.
Bougie ingredient. But it is totally replaced. You can totally sub imitation crab. In fact, we usually use imitation crab.
Yeah, and typically we do, which we'll tell you about that too in that video. But yeah, it was really nice being able to get better ingredients because we didn't have to buy so much of a single item, because we got organic butter.
Yeah.
We got organic and non-GMO sour cream.
So, and I know if y'all know us, that's important. I mean, you may look at me and like, you don't care about your body, but I do.
Yeah.
I mean, good stuff needs to go in, less bad stuff, and I think not eating the garbage they're trying to sell us and force us to eat is important.
Yeah.
And really plus, a lot of that supports more smaller farms.
Smaller company.
Yes, and so I'd rather support them than the big, giant, ag.
And actually supporting Americans rather than one company
who's buying all their produce in other parts of the world so they can have ripe avocados year round. I'd rather pick and choose and know who I'm supporting.
Yeah, stuff really should go back to be seasonal, but
it should, but we can't apparently. That wouldn't make as much money.
Yeah,
it would make us a lot healthier. But
it'd be really hard for the Mexican restaurants, that's for sure.
Yes.
But yeah. I did kind of want to say on that aspect, though, I think that Walmart, similar to McDonald's, doesn't realize why people go to their place. It's because it's affordable. And they're getting a little not affordable now for a lot of people.
Yes. And they're going to learn that people are going to start like we did. Yeah, I had to drive to 3 different stores, but I did all my shopping in one day on a Sunday after church. Kind of relaxing shopping, and boom, 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 and got everything for the week. Yeah. We have food for an entire week.
Yep.
And so it was worth taking the time and finding the best deals and finding the best product for the best deals.
Exactly.
So that was fun and exciting, and hey, got to check out some new stores and didn't have to go to the big giant Walmart and
But yeah,
sell my soul for a burger patty. Oh.
exactly. So let's get into these recipes.
Yes,
I like
the
that.
first one we did an awesome coffee cake.
Yes, that was
Oh, it hit the spot. It was the first one we did, and I'm telling you what,
it was great, honestly.
I could have called it a day. I could
Yeah.
have been like, that's it. I'm just going to eat this and go lay in my PJs.
And if you've never had a coffee cake right from the oven,
Oof, that's how you should have it.
dude,
But it had some pecans, it had a nice little crumble. It had a layer. It was layered with that little pecan and cinnamon and sugar and butter. And then the cake itself was really delicious.
it was.
Found out some fun little facts about coffee cakes
Yes.
from where
cool.
the Americanized when it happened. But
Yeah.
so you'll have to check that out to learn that little bit of food history. And so coffee cakes are really fun and easy. I remember getting them growing up, and they're so simple, and you can make them the day ahead and then rewarm them. But it's just a really easy breakfast, especially on Christmas morning when all the crazy activities and you may be trying to get ready for a Christmas lunch or supper. Coffee cake is a great family breakfast. Here's a little piece of cake. It's got a little sugar. It'll get you going.
Yep.
So
It's a great recipe. I
If you-
definitely think so.
you should definitely try it because I am going to be asking for this to be made more often, and
Yeah.
I would like to have coffee cake once a month.
Yep. Definitely gonna give this recipe to
I
some.
would like coffee cake
Oh.
once a
Oh. Okay.
month. So.
Well, I was thinking more on the aspect of, hey, give this to a family member and say, you should try our recipe out. Should make it.
That's good, but
then-
as long as I get mine once a month.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding.
Just once a month, we'll find somebody and say, hey, you should try this recipe.
Yes.
Let me try some too.
But it's a really good one, I
Yeah. And make sure you read the whole recipe.
think. Yes,
It
please.
helps a lot.
Yes, it does.
Because you might not remember a couple things.
And I don't know, that's kind of jokingly funny, but it is a very important thing. When you first get a recipe, I don't think people that don't cook that often don't realize the first thing you do is just like mise en place. You get everything together. When you look at a recipe, read all your ingredients,
Yep.
then read all of the directions, and then go back and then figure out which ingredients go with which direction. And once you start executing, it'll be simple because you'll know ahead of time. Now, if
Yep.
you just go like, well, I got everything here, well, I'm going to do this. Well, you don't realize what if in that direction's like, no, you don't just pour it all. You do half of it, and you just pour it all. Oh, son of a gun.
Yeah.
So the important thing is, no matter what the recipe it is, to always read it,
And-
get familiar with it.
Exactly.
Because you can't blame the recipe if it tastes like crap if you didn't read it completely and you just kind of
you didn't
ad-libbed.
execute it.
So, I mean, trust me, the recipe could taste like crap. I've tried plenty of them, and I've written some bad ones, I will say. But luckily, those went in the trash because they were so bad.
Yeah.
But-
And it's not just read them, like you're saying, understand it.
Yeah, and it'll make your time cooking much more enjoyable.
It will.
Because if you have a good understanding of it, you're not going to be in a panic, and you'll want to try. It will encourage you to try more things and have more fun with your cooking. And then that's what it's all about. And it'll bring you and your family together. I mean, that's why we love to cook. In fact, these leftovers, we're going to take them to this grandma's house and say,
Yep.
here. Although I don't know if I want to take the leftover coffee cake.
Dude, that coffee cake is something.
Just kidding. I already spilt the beans about it. She's
Yeah.
expecting some.
Yep.
Can't be selfish.
And the sliders we're going to tell you about here in a second. Oof.
They're really good. And then, okay, enough about the coffee cake. We also did a great, some people forget about side dishes, and, you want a good easy side dish. We made these little roasted carrots with a cranberry honey glaze.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Super simple and easy to execute.
It was
But
just
so
enough savory a little bit of citrus and that sweetness. Oh,
They would go with roast beef, pork, chicken.
Yep.
I mean, I really,
it also featured our pepper cranberry sauce that we
Yes.
made for our Halloween spooked good.
yes, and we made for Thanksgiving for the family.
Yeah,
So,
we
and we used it on the Thanksgiving special.
yeah. So
So it has been, see, we use our own stuff all the time.
yeah, hey, there's a reason we're making it.
Yes. And so it's a really great side. So if you need a quick side, and when I say quick, it's really easy to put together, and then you just throw it in the oven
Yeah.
for about 20, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and it's done. And you have and they turn out beautiful too, I will say.
Oh yeah.
So I highly recommend that one, especially if you love carrots. And we use the little small, thin, I call them baby carrots, but everybody tells me it's not a baby carrot. I'm like, yes, a big carrot's a big carrot. This is a baby carrot, not some poor carrot that's been chiseled down to a nub.
Yeah, little tiny
that's-
baby carrots or mini carrots, I guess.
Yeah, that's just sadness.
Yeah.
So
But-
when we ever say baby carrots, we're not talking about those little nubs. Don't use them. I mean, not even your stocks.
Yeah.
Give them to your rabbits. Actually, that's just cruel.
Yeah.
Stop abusing carrots, people.
Just stop buying them. They'll stop making them.
Exactly.
It's true.
Let your kids eat the little baby ones. Hey, here's an idea. What my mom did when I was little, she would get a carrot, split it in fours, and cut it to this size, and then boom, I had little carrots
Yep.
to eat.
Yep. And you had all the nutrients.
Yes,
So-
and the flavor.
Yeah. Good for your eyes.
Yes.
There's also a fun fact about the carrots that you'll find out.
Ooh.
But then we did some crab stuffed mushrooms.
Oh, yes. And this is a very versatile recipe as well.
is.
The stuffing is all you really need to know. It's really just a cheesy crab kind of mix with a little mayo, sour cream. And it's so versatile. You can hate mushrooms, but don't throw this recipe away because, well, I hate mushrooms. Just take the stuffing and put it in a little baking dish. You don't have to add anything. Bake it off. We'll put a little cheese on top so it'll brown.
But you already got the cheese anyways.
Yeah, and then you can just have some crackers or,
Yep.
excuse me, little toast points. And it's an awesome little cheesy crab dip. Or add some artichokes into it.
Yeah.
You have an artichoke and crab dip.
Get crazy and throw them artichokes in there.
Oh, excuse me.
You won't regret it, that's for sure.
Yes, and if you grill a steak or a fillet
Yep,
or a piece of
just-
chicken, put a little on top, finish it out underneath your broiler,
Yep.
and whew, it's amazing.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've ever had it, but a stuffed pork chop, or you could do a stuffed lamb chop too.
Yes.
But stuff it inside, ooh,
I mean,
wrap it
so
with some bacon.
Oh. that just made me hungry.
Well, there's some over there.
Yes. But that's also kind of the fun thing that I liked when working on this recipe was trying to think of, well, just because I like something in a recipe, if I don't like something else, I can just move that away. And that's what we want to teach y'all and encourage you of like, yeah, you may like parts of it. If you see a recipe, you don't have to make the whole thing. If you see a stuffing that, oh, that looks really good, but I don't want to put that on whatever they said, but I think it would be great on this, try it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
your food. So, and don't just throw away recipes that you think, well, I don't like mushrooms, so why would I like? Well, we didn't put mushrooms in the stuffing, so you can utilize that stuffing and make dips, make toppings.
Or
I
if
mean,
you really like mushrooms, in the recipe you'll see we take out the little stems, chop up the stems, throw them in the stuffing.
You could. I actually thought about that. You can just, there's so many ways, and that's what was fun about this recipe. You can take it as you want, and we can talk about the different ways that you can utilize it. And we did pair it with a really simple Cajun cream sauce.
Yep.
Super simple, and it's really good.
It is, and you don't, once again, you
don't
don't
have to use
only
it.
have to use it for that. You can just make this cream sauce and put it on whatever you want.
Yeah, and like if you want to grill up some chicken, this is a great sauce to go with it. A piece of salmon, Oh, a nice little cream sauce, maybe throwing some capers on top, or
Yeah.
we added a little extra dill to it
Shoot,
to pair it with.
You could use that as a pasta sauce, dude.
Oh, you could, and that's the fun thing. Learning little things and then mixing and matching them.
Yep.
I mean, that's cooking. That's the fun of it.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, that's why we're trying to teach you.
Yes, and just make you, inspire. To just not have the same old mundane things. Unfortunately, today they usually only sell us the mundane stuff, but we try to find interesting ways and easy and interesting ways, and hopefully encourage people to stop going out to eat. Even though we're restaurant people and chefs, and I would rather see less restaurants and more families eating together, honestly. I think we've missed out on that.
We have. That's definitely.
That was always the time that we could come together, even growing up, was sitting at the table. You'd get asked about your day, you'd sit there, you'd eat, you'd talk, and it brought you closer together, and then you went off and did everything.
Yeah, you're more of a unit.
Yes, and I think we've lost that. And I'm telling you, the common ground, we may not agree on 99% of things, but we can 100% agree on that, one, we need food, and two, food is good. So we got common ground right there. No matter whatever the difference we may have, we can sit down and break bread together and appreciate.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what we hope to inspire more people. And that's why we love camping and getting around that picnic table. And there's that whole community is so great. I mean, just walk over and say, hey, I got some extra hot dogs. You want some? Yeah. I mean, it's a good, friendly environment.
Or if you said, hey, I've got some extra honey mustard ham sliders. You want some? They're going to be like, whoa.
First, they'd be like, how do you have extra? These are too good to have extra.
And then they look at you and you got like grease on your chest and like your belly's all out here. They're like, okay,
I
so
see.
you made a double batch.
Yes. Yes, these Aloha sliders, I don't know what we're going to call them, but they're...
You'll find out next week.
Well, they're a take. I know. They're the little Hawaiian roll with ham, cheese, and the poppy seed and butter and garbage stuff.
But I haven't seen a honey mustard version.
No, and I haven't seen the way that we kind of do it, and the spring onions and the amounts. And most people say, I think I've looked up so many of these recipes, and they've almost always said Dijon mustard, Dijon.
Yep.
I'm over Dijon. Come on.
Dijon's good, but...
Yes, but it's so overplayed. There's so many different varieties of mustards. Take a back seat, Dijon. Just calm down.
Yep. Dijon is kind of now just like regular mustard because everybody uses it.
Yeah, and they call them, sorry, Grey Poupon, you're in a Pinto, not a Rolls Royce anymore. So we use a really good bold yellow mustard.
Yep.
And it is delicious, and with the minced onions and the poppy seeds and the honey, like you said, I added honey because I wanted a honey mustard flavor, and it was, whew,
it was superb.
Man, I tell you what, but it's not healthy.
It's not.
It's a special occasion. But for brunch or
a lot of butter.
Yeah, just half a cup, one stick.
Yes, one stick of butter.
That's what you get. 12 sandwiches. I mean, they're that big, but you get 12 of them.
I guess it's less than a tablespoon a sandwich.
There you go. Nothing your cardiologist, they would love it.
Yeah, they
Green's
would.
business.
They would love it because it's so dang delicious.
Yes. No, but it
Careful
is.
with those poppy seeds, though.
Yeah.
You might fail a test.
And we put a little mayo on the inside. I don't really see that as a...
Sir Kingston's.
Yes, a very good mayo.
Super good.
And it's a really fun, easy recipe as well. You can prepare it, throw it in the oven. And again, it's great for a crowd. Yeah. You could do it at brunch and then have a couple of salad here or some cheese grits and that or something. Mm-hmm. So simple. Your family will love you, and then you won't be stuck in the kitchen all day.
Yep. That's the important part, is you're not going to be in the kitchen all day.
Yes, we want you to, we want your family to enjoy you, and we want them to enjoy amazing food.
Exactly.
So
it's really the biggest thing is enjoy great food. I'm just kidding. Family's most important.
Yes.
But the food is also super important.
Oh. But yeah, I hope y'all check those out. Remember, give a like, subscribe, and all that fun jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, comment, say stuff.
Yeah, let us know.
Interact.
I mean, is there a recipe that we've talked about today that you're surprised or that you hadn't heard? I doubt it. I doubt you haven't heard one of these, but I guarantee you we're doing it a different way than you've seen.
Yes, and we really take pride in these.
Yeah.
You know, we sit down and we test them out and work different recipes. I mean, and we hope you'll enjoy them, and there's a lot to come. This is just the little baby steps right now with
There are.
OTK. So
Once we can spend more time doing this stuff, oh, you don't want to see what's going to happen.
yes, we got a lot of things
Actually, you
working
do.
for next year, projects already in the works. So stay tuned, because we're not going anywhere, because we love to cook for people, and this is just
This is
part of-
honestly just really fun.
So we hope y'all enjoy it too, and don't forget to, I don't know, have fun in the kitchen and keep camping and keep cooking.
What? Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho!
That's right.
That's right.
Kind of love taglines, right?
Yep. And if you're still here, you definitely should be hitting that like button.
That's right. And if
We
you're not,
definitely
you should be here.
Yeah.